Hey everybody. The response to the last YouTube video was just amazing, and I was really encouraged by your comments, and some of them even helped me to laugh at myself, which is much needed these days. And I just want to share with you some tips on bringing things into your house, such as mail, packages, and also a pizza. But I also want to respond to some of the things that were brought up in response to the last video. But before I do that, again, the most important thing where we stand now is that you should not leave your house unless you absolutely have to. COVID-19 is spread by aerosolized droplets, and the more we come together in the marketplace and out and about, the more this is going to spread. The risk of bringing things in truth into our home is low, but if we want to make that airtight, I'm going to give some helpful tips. Now, on the last video, my sterile technique, it wasn't perfect, but I would submit that we're not in an operating room here. We're just trying to rid the COVID-19 from bringing that into our house. And for instance, when I brought the bag up to the clean surface, that's okay. Those are germs that might be there that exist in our house, but those are the germs that are always going to be there, that we're always going to live with, and that's okay. My sterile technique could have been better. And again, we're learning as we go. And even in the medical field, we're learning as we go to combat this. I got to tell you that we have not seen anything like this in over 100 years. And so where we're at as a society with what we're facing with this disease is something that we're writing the book as we go along. And I'm looking for ideas, and some of you have shared great ideas. And I want to encourage you in the comments to not share problems, but share solutions that you've come up with problems. For instance, you might not have a porch, you might not have a garage, but somebody said, hey, what if I just brought the food in and left it by the door for a while and then put it away? You're doing the best, and I love those comments. So help your fellow man and help fill that demographic that others might be in as you, and do share some sound advice. We do need to come together as a community. I feel like we actually do have a bit of a community. So let's talk about bringing things into our home with a package, and discuss how we're going to deal with the mail and also a pizza that would be delivered to our house. Let's talk about cardboard and paper products now. And remember the data from the National Institute of Health that tells us that COVID-19 can live in aerosolized droplets for up to 3 hours, cardboard for 24 hours, and plastic and metal for up to 3 days. Now I want to remind you that this is a worst case scenario. Imagine a respiratory droplet gets put right on your mail or your cardboard, and then it degrades. The viral particles degrade from there. And in a worst case scenario, we're looking at that 24 hours. So again, this is a do the best you can type of situation. And our goal in this is, if you want to make things airtight, you can assume that 24 hours. So I have a package outside my door here, and I'm going to bring it into the home. Now my hands are now considered dirty. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the scissors, open my package, and I'm just going to dump the contents onto this chair, or you could just dump it onto the floor. And then I'm going to bring this back out, put it in the trash, returning back into the house to wash my hands and wash off the scissors. I've just dealt with my box, and now I need to wash my hands and the scissors. So I'm going to get some soap on my hands. Get some soap on the scissors as well. Remember, we're looking for lots of friction. Washing our hands for 20 seconds. Make sure you rinse well. So the scissors technically did touch the cardboard and the plastic. So I think it's important just to be thorough to wash these scissors. It's not going to add too much trouble. Okay, now let's deal with the situation if you have a pizza delivered to your house. I've just ordered a pizza, and I ordered it over the phone and had it delivered. I paid with credit card over the phone. I think that's a great idea. I even tipped over the phone. And I would encourage you to tip hearty because our delivery people are out there on the front lines. So it was delivered. I had them leave it right at my door, communicating to them through the door. And you're not being rude. Now's not the time to hand them a cash tip through the door and get in that close proximity. And remember, it's more about both of you in this interaction, yourself and the delivery driver, because these people are on the front lines and we want to keep them safe as well. Now, I've got my pizza. I'm going to consider the box dirty, but again, don't fear the food. It's the potential packaging. And because this is cardboard, we're going to assume a worst case scenario that a respiratory droplet had reached the cardboard. It's going to reach your hands and reach your face. And we're just trying to be a bit more safe in this process. And it shouldn't take too much more time. And we're going to make this airtight. Now, I'm going to open the box. I'm going to get the pizza over to my clean side. And I want to make a note that you didn't see me clean off the countertop. And I cleaned it a few hours ago, and this is my home and people are healthy. We don't have to be completely sanitizing surfaces repeatedly as long as there's been minimal exposure. So I'm going to wash my hands after I open the box. Then I'm going to come back to the pizza. Okay, I just washed my hands, 20 seconds with soap and water, lots of friction. My hands are clean, and I'm just going to bring my pizza over to the clean side. I'm going to take this out to the trash, come back, desanitize this side, wash my hands, and then I'm good to eat. Now, again, these practices, they're just going to add a little bit more time, and we are assuming worst case scenarios here with possible COVID-19 on a droplet, living on that cardboard for maximum of 24 hours. But again, we're just going to be safe and be well, and that's what I would encourage you to do out there. Stay at home, be safe, be well when you have to venture out. Take care.